नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइस आपके अपने ही चैनल KFCS पर। तो गाइस आज बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त गेम देखने को मिला और हमारे साथ ऑलवेज़ वन ऑफ द सब्सक्राइबर हमेशा की तरह जैसे कि मैसेज उनके आते रहते हैं, तो फाइनली मैं आ चुका हूँ, तो आप अपने क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं। ओके, तो हेलो अभिनव, बताओ कैसे हो? ओके, हाँ, थोड़ा डिले हो गया। ओनली 5 मिनट्स लिए, चलो कोई इश्यू नहीं है। ओके, ठीक है, क्वेश्चन मैं ही पूछ लेता हूँ पहले। ओके, जैसे आज एशेज़ एशेज़ ख़त्म हुआ तो आज एक बहुत ही कंट्रोवर्शियल रन आउट था। उस पे क्या व्यूज़ है आपके? जो बैरिस्टो जिस तरह से आउट हुए, एलेक्स कैरी ने जिस तरह से थ्रो किया था, क्या वो वैलिड था? तो उस पे व्यूज़ जानने बहुत ज़रूरी है कि सबके अलग-अलग व्यूज़ होंगे। मेरे अकॉर्डिंग तो वो नहीं था उस तरह से। ओके, अभिनव क्या आप लाइव आ सकते हो, मेरे साथ जुड़ सकते हो लाइव? अच्छा, आपके अकॉर्डिंग रूल के अकॉर्डिंग था, तो थोड़ा-सा एक्सप्लेन करिए कि किस तरह से था? ओके, तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग जैसे कि बता रहे हैं अभिनव, आपको लग रहा है कि वो जो डिसीज़न था वो बिल्कुल सही था। बट आई थिंक मुझे लगता है कि जो जॉनी बेयरस्टो जब आ रहे थे तो उन्होंने क्रीज़ टच कर चुके थे, ओवर चेंज हो रहा था, तो जब वो क्रीज़ छोड़ के गए तो आउट कैसे हो गए? ओके, मैं आपको लिंक एक बार शेयर कर देता हूँ, आप आ सकते हो मुझसे बात कर सकते हो। ओके, ठीक है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू मतलब देखो, जब एक सिंपल रूल होता है, जब ओवर एंड हो जाता है तो क्रीज टच करके वापस आते हैं। ओके, तो अभिनव आपके अकॉर्डिंग आपको लग रहा है कि मतलब जॉनी बेयरस्टो ने मतलब क्रीज छोड़ी थी खुद, क्योंकि उसको स्टंप आउट करार दिया गया था। ये एक बहुत ही क्रूशियल स्टेज चल रहा था इंग्लैंड का वो, जिससे बैरिस्टो आउट हुए थे, तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट विकेट था वो। हमारे साथ दूसरे व्यूअर्स भी हैं, वो भी अपने व्यूज़ दे सकते हैं अगर उन्होंने देखा हो कि जो जॉनी बेयरस्टो का जो रन आउट था वो सही था या नहीं था, मतलब रूल के अकॉर्डिंग। क्योंकि सबके मिक्स व्यूज़ हैं उसके ऊपर, मुझे लगता है कि शायद जब ओवर चेंज हो रहा था तो क्रीज पे मतलब जैसे कहते हैं बैट टच करके फिर जाते हैं दूसरी साइड साइड चेंज करने के लिए, तो आई थिंक वो साइड चेंज कर रहे थे, उसमें कीपर ने मारा है। कि वर्ल्ड बात वर्ल्ड कप की नहीं हो रही है, बात डिसमिसल की हो रही है, मैं मैच की बात नहीं कर रहा, बट ये डिसमिसल जो था जॉनी बेरिस्टो का, मुझे लगता है कि नहीं था उस तरीके का, मतलब जो रियल होना चाहिए वैसा नहीं था। दो। ओके एनीवेज बट यस, जो आज इंग्लैंड ने फाइट बैक किया बहुत ही अच्छा था, स्पेशली बैन स्टोक्स, तो बैन स्टोक्स की इनिंग्स को कितना रेट करोगे 10 में से, जिस तरह से बैन स्टोक्स ने खेला आज, अभिनव? आपके अकॉर्डिंग कितना रेट करना चाहिए, 10 में से कितना होना चाहिए था? क्योंकि मेरे अकॉर्डिंग तो आउट मतलब गलत था वो, स्टंप आउट तो मतलब नहीं था ना, क्योंकि ग्रीन बॉलिंग कर रहा था, तो वहाँ पे अगर उसने स्टंप्स पे मारे तो एक रूल होता है ना उसके लिए भी, स्टंप्स पे बॉल मारने के लिए, आई थिंक वो रूल ब्रेक हुआ है, रूल के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं था। ओके, तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग 7 आउट ऑफ 10, 7 क्यों मतलब, आई थिंक 9 तो डिजर्व करता है उसका ये इनिंग्स, बिकॉज इंग्लैंड तो बहुत पीछे थी, 7 तो नहीं दे सकते, आई थिंक सो 9 तो होना ही चाहिए, बिकॉज अगर सारे बैट्समैन को छोड़ो तो सारे बैट्समैन को छोड़ के एक लौता बंदा डोमिनेट कर रहा था, 9 सिक्सेस उसके 150 की इनिंग्स में। चलिए, तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग मतलब रूट 7 आउट ऑफ 10। हाँ, थोड़ी देर और खेल जाता सच में बेन स्टोक्स हो जाता। बट एक्चुअली मुझे लगता है कि उसकी जो विकेट थी वो 94 पे ही आ गई थी, वो मतलब बाउंड्री पे, फिर वो मिस हो जाता है स्टार्क से, फिर वो जो 3 गेंदों में 3 छक्के लगाता है। ओके, चलो 9 आउट ऑफ 10। ओके, उन्होंने क्या बोला? भाई एज ए प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेटर आपके व्यूअर को बताना चाहूँगा कि बैरिस्टो की जो तरफ से जो सिंपैथी दिखा रहे हैं, ये जान ले कि लीगल इन क्रिकेट आई हैव फेस्ड दिस सिचुएशन एज बैरिस्टो। ओके, बैरिस्टो की तरफ से सिंपैथी दिखा रहे हैं, ये जान ले कि लीगल इन क्रिकेट एंड आई हैव फेस्ड दिस सिचुएशन एज बैरिस्टो। ओके, तो आशुतोष भाई आपके अकॉर्डिंग मतलब वो बिल्कुल सही था, मतलब जो रूमर्स फैल रहे हैं कि गलत डिसीजन दिया है वो एक रूमर ही है, रियलिटी ये है कि वो आउट सही दिया है, राइट आशुतोष भाई? आप कह रहे हो तो मान लेते हैं, क्योंकि आप फील्ड में ज़्यादा रहते हो तो आई थिंक सो आपका एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा। ओके, ठीक है। बिल्कुल, हाँ बिल्कुल अपना भाई, ये श्रीलंका की टीम जो है क्वालिफ़ाई कर गई है फाइनली, मतलब मैं कह सकता हूँ कि श्रीलंका की टीम जो है कुछ नया करेगी, क्योंकि इनका एशिया कप भी इनके घर पे है। पाकिस्तान श्रीलंका में खेला जाना है, उसके बाद इंडिया आएँगे। तो आई थिंक जो श्रीलंका का जो स्पिन अटैक है बहुत ही शानदार है। अ, मुझे लगता है कि आई थिंक सो श्रीलंका की टीम जो है आ सकती है, सेमीफाइनल खेल सकती है, बिकॉज ऑफ उनका जो बॉलिंग अटैक है, मेरे को लगता है डिस्पाइट ऑफ इंजरी आपका चमीरा नहीं है, लाहिरू कुमारा नहीं है, बट फिर भी जो श्रीलंका की टीम ने इस क्वालिफायर में खेला है वो बहुत ही शानदार खेले हैं, और बहुत ही मज़ेदार था, ऐसा नहीं था कि आप जो है जैसे तैसे मैच जीत गया हो, कन्विंसिंगली विनिंग था, और मुझे लगता है कि श्रीलंका की टीम कन्विंसिंगली जीती है। ओके, तो हमारे आशुतोष जी कह रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली, और मैंने अंपायर से कंसल्ट किया था जब ये मेरे साथ हुआ था, तो दो दे सेड इट्स लीगल। ओके ओके। ओके ओके, ठीक है। ओके, कुछ सजेशंस दो चैनल के लिए। देखो अभिनव भाई, मैं ऐसे सजेशंस नहीं दे सकता। हाँ, मेरे साथ लाइव जुड़ जाओ, फिर हम बात कर सकता हूँ मैं इस बारे में, बिल्कुल फेस टू फेस। तब मैं पूरा सजेशन दूंगा आपको इसके लिए, कैसे क्या करना है। ओके, ठीक है। तो आप लोग की श्रीलंका के लिए क्या व्यूज़ है, मतलब श्रीलंका की टीम कैसी लगी है अभी तक? एक भी मैच हारे नहीं है, काफ़ी मैचेस में बैटिंग कोलैप्स भी हुई, फिर भी टीम जो है एनी हाउ जीत गई है। तीक्ष्णा का परफॉर्मेंस क्या लगता है? ओके, so we have our guest Rahul. So Rahul, how are you?
Yeah, hi Kunal. I'm good. Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
Yeah, no issue. But yes, so many things to discuss today. The first of all, the controversy of Johnny Barristo. Uh, I think you have seen that run out also. Run out,
Yeah,
or you can say stump out. So
stump. Yeah,
different
stump.
different cricketer
Yeah,
have different views. I see the Ashwin also, Ashwin quote also. The Ashwin said it is legal according to him, because Ashwin has all done
done
nine
the
card.
market. Yes,
Yes, so
yes.
I don't think Ashwin doesn't Ashwin views matter more, but yes, cricket fans matter. Fans views matters always. So what do you think? It is legal or illegal?
It's
The
legal
way,
in my opinion. I think it is legal. Nothing wrong with it because if you look at the rules of cricket, a ball is dead either once a batsman is dismissed, okay, or once the stumps are broken, or
yeah,
once the ball hits the boundary, or if both sides deem it the ball to be dead and the fielders give the ball back to the bowler is going back to his run up, then the previous ball is considered dead. But if the wicketkeeper still has the ball in his hands,
yeah,
the ball isn't dead yet. If the keeper thinks it's not ball is not dead, the ball is not dead. He's well within his rights to knock down the stumps because. And he even mentioned that Bairstow many times, right after the ball was bowled, he was walking out of his crease without making sure the ball is dead or not. So Carey made it clear to his teammates that he has a chance to throw down the stumps and get Bairstow run out, and he did that.
yeah, of
It's
course.
totally legal in my opinion. It's Bairstow's fault. He should have game awareness and make sure the ball is dead before he walks out of his crease. The ball is not dead once it goes to the wicket keeper collects it. I'm sorry if that is those who are saying this is what to say against sportsmanship need to look at the rules properly.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I don't see the live. I just read the comments. That's why I'm asking. You see
Yeah,
the live, then you can explain us better. So, but overall, Rahul, do you think that England has fight back better? The way they
yeah,
are in the
England.
situation?
Yeah, they always had an uphill task going into day five. Let's be honest, it was always going to be an uphill task, like from 120 odd for four, chasing 370 against Australia was never going to be an easy task. And huge credit goes to Ben Stokes for this. It's mainly because of his effort that England came this close to winning the match.
Yeah, of course. So, how much rate your Ben Stokes inning of 155?
Yeah, very good innings under a lot of pressure, that too. And yeah, I guess the wicket of Bairstow kind of spurred him on to play that innings for whatever reason. But anyway, regardless of how Bairstow was dismissed, it was pretty clear that once Bairstow gets out, Ben Stokes is going to start playing his shots and
Yeah,
going for it. And that was the right approach, in my opinion, because when you don't have wickets in hand, you have only tailenders to come, you might as well hit out. No point defending. If Stokes decided to defend, play carefully in that situation, England would have gotten 227 all out instead of 327 all out, and they were lost by 140 runs instead of 40 runs.
yeah. Okay. So, do you think, Rahul, here that overall 2-0 England is 2-0 So, do you think that England has done nothing for this no preparation for Ashes? Because you see, first of all, Moeen Ali came and suddenly he bring the fast bowlers and Barristo is playing at number 7. So, do you think that England have not prepared much for Ashes as of now?
I won't say they've not prepared. See, they played a test. See, although it's against Ireland, a lot of people are saying playing against a test against Ireland is not a preparation, but you need to treat it as that as a practice match, and for all practical purpose, that is a practice match playing against Ireland. You can think of it as playing against a domestic team like that. In fact, many teams do that. Many visiting teams to prepare for an to prepare for an overseas series, they play against a domestic team, right? They play
Yeah,
against some second string domestic team which is not of full strength. England, they played an international team instead, which is not a very high quality team in Ireland. That was their preparation for the Ashes. Australia's preparation for the Ashes, well, ironically, I have to say, was the World Test Championship final. But nevertheless, they got a test match in England against a quality side before the Ashes.
yeah,
So I would say England's preparation was not great. I'd just say maybe Australia was a little more prepared for this series. Nevertheless, England pretty much. Having said that, England pretty much dictated everything in these two matches. They got in the first match, they got the flat wicket they wanted, and they had Australia in the position they wanted as well.
yeah,
They were Australia. England needed only two more wickets to seal victory with the still 50 runs in the bank. So the disappointment is not over lose from an English point of view, is not over losing this match, but losing the first test match, because that was their chance to win. Had they won that test match, this series could have been 1-1 instead of 2-0 Australia. So that is very important. And the other thing is, then in this test match, Australia, they were the ones playing under overcast conditions. England, the English bowlers complained before this match that they didn't get overcast conditions in the first match. This match they got the conditions they wanted, but still they could not exploit it. And England, they got the better of the batting conditions in this match. So from that perspective, this defeat in the second test match is disappointing.
yeah. Okay. So overall, you can see that we always talk about the batting order. So do you think that Bairstow should play up of the order at least number 4? Because this is not a place for Bairstow. I think a result may be changed if Bairstow will play above Harry Brook at least. Because Harry Brook, I am not think is so promising. He's a flat pitch player. If there is flat pitch, Harry Brook can play.
Thing is, Harry Brook is in the test team more for his T20 skills than really his test match skills, because this baseball, like I said, it's not about simply positive intent and trying to keep the game moving. It's what to say, it's half positive. It includes positive intent, but it's mainly a T20 slash ODI style of play that baseball is, and Harry Brooks suits that this style of play very well. So but that's not how test cricket works. When you play a quality opponent, then you need to play a proper test match style of cricket. Baseball will not work against this Australian team, and the proof is in the pudding right now. They're down 2-0 in the series. I can't blame baseball for losing the first test, or I could blame it a little bit, but both test matches have been lost mainly because of baseball and England not having a plan B when the opposition is bowling well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so one of the comment from subscriber also, can you answer this? He is just telling that why you are trending English, why not you are trending Hindi in outside India?
वेट व्हाट कुणाल
He
भाई,
said,
आप लोग इंडियन होके भी हिंदी नहीं बोलते हो? आपकी संस्कृत ट्रेंड है अमेरिका? ओ, He wants you to talk in Sanskrit. Oh, see,
No,
saying
no.
Sanskrit is a
He's
trend in the
he's
US, and
telling that why not you are in England, then why not you are training Hindi outside India? Why you are always talking in English? Discussion is in English. Yeah,
I'll say this: I'm from the southern state of India, Tamil Nadu. We don't speak Hindi much over there, so that is the reason I can understand Hindi very well. Should Kunal decide to talk to me in Hindi, but problem is I can't speak very well in Hindi. I speak better English and Tamil than Hindi. So, and obviously I cannot speak to Kunal in Tamil. He won't understand what I'm saying. So I
yeah,
English is my only option.
yeah. Actually, this is the views of different Indians. Indians thought that we should carry on Hindi, uh, remove English, but it's okay. We all know it. We all know every languages.
Ultimately, languages are for communication. It's not about identity. If two people, if I can speak in a language that you can understand, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it's Hindi, English, or Tamil.
Yes. Okay. So another news is that Sri Lanka is finally qualified for World Cup. So overall, Rahul, do you think that Sri Lanka is looking balanced in this World Cup qualifier?
Yeah, they're looking very good. And in fact, for a change today, Sri Lanka's Pacers really did the damage. Dilshan Madhushanka got 3 wickets up front. Then Matisha Patirana, he really did a cleanup job at the end. So half the wickets, and Hasaranga, no wicket today,
It
surprisingly.
happens. It happens sometime because
Yeah, the thing is, I'll put it this way: Zimbabwe was prepared for Hasranga and Tikshana. Dilshan Madhushanka and Matisha Patirana came out
out
of
of
syllabus.
syllabus. Yeah.
Out of syllabus.
But yes, this will definitely give some confidence to Matisha Pathirana. This was his second ODI, so I think when the confidence will be great, because I don't think Lahiru Kumara is a ODI type of bowler. He is a test bowler, so I think Matisha Pathirana can come into the ODI because of his action like Malinga. Not exactly Malinga, but yes, you can say baby Malinga.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he won't be a test bowler, I think. Test cricket is out of the question for him, but he can definitely play in white ball cricket. He definitely has a future in white ball cricket, especially T20 cricket. We all saw that during the IPL, he was coming and bowling, sending down all the death overs and really bowling very well, getting wickets, keep choking the runs. So
Yeah,
we can expect him to be a good player for Sri Lanka in the future.
yeah,
Uh, so, oh, in fact, actually, I said 5 out of the 10 wickets fell to pace. Actually, it was 6 out of 10. Dashun Sanaka also got a wicket.
yeah.
And of course, Mais Tikshana, brilliant in the middle overs. He got 4 wickets. So
Yes.
Zimbabwe really fell to both pace and spin. But this in this match, pace played a bigger role for Sri Lanka in this match compared to all the others. And all Sri Lanka was till now winning mainly on the back of their spinners. In this match, the pace bowling unit really stepped up, and that too against an informed Zimbabwe batting lineup. So they will really feel high on confidence right now. And now that means, unfortunately, for this World Cup qualifiers, one of the most interesting matches. First of all, this interesting match turned out to be a blowout. And the other interesting match, Sri Lanka versus West Indies, is now going to be of no consequence, unfortunately, because Sri Lanka is in the World Cup, West Indies is out of the World Cup. So that match is of no consequence. That's unfortunate for the World Cup qualifiers, but still, very good effort from Sri Lanka. So we have World Cup in India. We have 5 out of 10 Asian teams. I'll say that proudly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Rahul here. One more comment. Malinga का बेबी तो अभी छोटा है अपना. So, yes, I am saying that Matisha Pathirana is just like Malinga, but not exact Malinga because this is different skill of Malinga. This is Pathirana because their hands are different. Malinga, I think so, is going upward, and Pathirana is going downward. So this is the difference basically. nothing that. So I'm telling him, baby Malinga, because he's just starting his career. Malinga has done.
Yes.
He's 40 plus.
Anyway, no use comparing players. First, let's see how his career pans out. Make sure he is injury free, because that is the thing. Malinga also got a lot of injuries during his career, and he had to stop. So that is a thing. Same could be the case with Patriana. Right now with India, we are seeing with Jasprit Bumrah, these bowlers who
Yeah,
have like peculiar bowling actions, they are susceptible to injuries. Injuries
yeah,
can
of
happen
course.
any time for them.
These bowlers can't be sustained long in Test cricket. It is reality.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Malinga don't play Test cricket long as long. Pathirana can play, but I don't think so more than 1 2 years. After 1 2 years, he will say that I'm okay in T20 and ODI.
Yeah, I don't think Patirana will play Test match cricket. Very little, if at all. But
Yeah,
I don't think he will do it, especially in overseas conditions. See, Test cricket is not all about bowling Yorkers. You also have to be able to bowl in the corridor, bowl outside the off stump, be able to get the ball to swing. If you're playing in England, New Zealand, you have to get the ball to seam a bit. You need to get the seam movement. In Australia, you need to get the bounce in order to
yeah,
bowling Yorker length deliveries. You can't do consistently in Test cricket. You can't sustain it for that long. Imagine if you play just for one day of Test cricket, bowling only Yorkers. Imagine what'll happen. That'll be such a strain
yeah.
on Patirana's arms. So you can't do it.
But now talking about the scenario for second team, Zimbabwe is almost, I think so. You can say 80% confirmed, but there is some chances for Scotland too. Tomorrow Scotland will play with Oman. I don't think Scotland.
It's
Sorry, Nether.
Netherlands versus
Sorry, yeah,
Netherlands. Yes.
Netherlands versus Oman. So I think Netherlands have very few chance in terms of run rate. I think so they are in a game. Otherwise, I think so it is going to Zimbabwe only.
Well, the thing is, Zimbabwe still has their fate in their hands. They win the next match against Scotland, they're into the World Cup, and all the other matches are irrelevant.
Yeah.
But if they lose to Scotland, there is a big chance of them getting eliminated, because right now, if you look at the points table, Zimbabwe has 3 wins and a loss. Scotland has 2 wins and a loss. So if Zimbabwe loses to Scotland, then Zimbabwe's group matches are done. Super Six matches are done with 3 wins and 2 losses, and Scotland will have 3 wins and a loss with a match against the Netherlands in hand. So then Zimbabwe has to depend on Netherlands to defeat Scotland, and then net run rate might also come into the picture, because Scotland right now has a better net run rate than Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's net run rate really took a hit after today's loss, because
Yes.
they lost very badly. So Zimbabwe cannot take the match against Scotland lightly. I think it's more crucial than one can think. One thinks it is. It's a little crucial for Zimbabwe to win against Scotland and seal their spot in the qualifiers.
Okay. Okay. So they are asking for prediction for tomorrow match. I think match will be close, but it goes to Netherlands because Netherlands is a good team as compared to Oman.
Yes, I think Netherlands will win, and that actually makes the race pretty interesting, because Netherlands will also have a mathematical possibility of
Yes.
making qualifying for the World Cup if they win
But
tomorrow.
actually, a thing is that only the net run rate will help Netherlands.
Minus
If Netherlands,
0.56. They need to, Netherlands has to win by a very big margin. They should try to go for a very big win tomorrow against Oman to try and boost their net run rate. That they have to do. They have to go for a win by as much as possible against both Oman and against Scotland, because for them to qualify, the only way is if Scotland, unfortunately, Scotland getting to 6 points, and that means Netherlands has to also get to 6 points, win their remaining matches.
yeah, okay. So one of the viewer is saying that baseball is failed now for England. Zero baseball and two is basic cricket knowledge.
I like that style of thinking. Yes, I mean, I kind of wanted Australia to go on and win this Ashes because baseball needs to be shown its limitations. Because for the casual fan, people see baseball and think, "Wow, this is a great style of cricket. Every ball is going for a boundary. This is entertaining, and this is going to revolutionize cricket." But I never went on that bandwagon. I said this has only been played for 1 year against Australia. This is the real test of whether baseball will work for the future or not, and it's not worked out. And we can see the limitations already in two test matches of being reckless, being arrogant, and being totally reckless and arrogant. That is my thought. And you can even see the way the cricketers are talking were talking before the series, like they're going to win the series 5-0. So this is definitely what to say. I hope from an England point of view, for their good, if they want to sustain this baseball and want it to be successful in the future, they need to kind of humble down a bit and kind
Yeah.
of change their strategy a bit, go to or have a plan B. Like actually, Ricky Ponting, he said in the commentary, if the pull shot is not working for you, you can either put it away, or the other option is you can try to make it work for you. And but still, pull shot is a high risk shot.
Yes.
There's always a higher risk attached to a pull shot than any other shot in cricket. So you're always, it's not a high percentage shot, you are likely to get out if you try to play the pull shot one too many times. That's in fact how Ben Stokes got out today. And Australians are going to continue with the short pitched bowling in order to, because they know now that this uh, short pitch bowling is getting baseball out. Let's not forget in the match that England lost in New Zealand as well earlier this year.
Yeah.
New Zealand got five wickets to bouncers. So there is a weakness in baseball. Another thing is this is Test cricket. You have to bat out time. You have to uh, conserve wickets. That's what Test cricket is about. Test cricket is not about smashing fours and sixers from ball one. And this is what this baseball approach is looking like. Being positive is one thing, but you also have to be smart. And so far, England has not played smart in this series. They made mistakes, and Australia has cashed in on it.
Yes, definitely. So overall, do you think that England can bounce back? The same team just need to change the batting order.
They need to, more than the batting order, I will say, is they need to change their batting style. They don't have to go completely defensive and all that, but still, uh, all I say is give the format the respect it deserves. Do not try to think that you can change Test cricket by playing one day or T20 shots. I mean, you can see how much reckless England has gotten when you even see players like Joe Root playing the uppercut or the ramp shot. Those are
Yeah.
shots that he never usually plays. So, other thing is when Australia has the field spread out, then they should go for ones and twos. Showing positive intent doesn't mean just hitting, trying to go for search for boundaries. You also have to score ones and twos. In fact, if you score ones and twos, you can even score 3 or 4 runs per over without taking much risk.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think that for today's loss, Ben Stokes and Barristo will feel very bad, especially Johnny Barristo, because that was very crucial wicket.
Particularly Johnny Bairstow, I would say, because had he not thrown his wicket away like that, I mean, normally if somebody gets out to a pull shot or something like that, or they give a catch or a soft dismissal, you say they've gifted their wicket. This is gifting his wicket, not being game aware, and allowed carry a free throw at the stumps. Uh, Imagine getting stumped off a pace bowler. That is exactly what happened. He got stumped off a fast bowler.
Yes,
So
that is very rare
yeah,
case.
if Bairstow had stayed at the crease, he could have uh, put on a good partnership with Ben Stokes, and they could have gotten England at least somewhat closer, if not give them a victory.
Yeah, they can give the victory because I think margin was only 43 runs. So I think that 40 runs can came with Bairstow, and then Stokes will be there at the end.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Uh, so overall, one more question is there. Sri Lanka qualified another team now. Zimbabwe, Netherlands, Scotland. I think so. You can give more percentage to Zimbabwe because Zimbabwe have their matches on their own hands. Just one win and they will qualify. I don't think.
Mm, yes, absolutely. And in fact, Zimbabwe has only one more Super Six match left, so a win will pretty much guarantee them their place in the Super Six. If they lose that match, then things will get a little bit dicey because then there's a match with the then there's Scott. They have to look at Scotland versus Netherlands, and potentially Netherlands defeat will have to defeat Scotland by a certain margin in a way that Scotland's net run rate goes down below Zimbabwe's, but at the same time, Netherlands do not push their net run rate above Zimbabwe. That will be a very dicey situation for Zimbabwe. So, Zimbabwe's best bet at avoiding that is by winning against Scotland tomorrow or day after tomorrow and qualifying for the World Cup. Then all other matches become irrelevant.
Yes. Okay. And also India is also rich finally West Indies for a match. Okay. One more comment. If Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe qualifies, then which team do you think win the final of CWC qualifier? Of course, Sri Lanka. It is no doubt
I
because
think,
I
yeah, it'll be Sri Lanka right now. I mean, now that they have played and defeated Zimbabwe, they'll have the confidence of doing it again
actually
against
Patum Nishanka.
Zimbabwe.
The way Nishanka played, that
Yeah,
was great.
although it was not a big run chase, he still played a fantastic
Century.
innings. I mean, out of the what 160 odd runs that Sri Lanka needed, he scored 100 of them. That's still phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay. But I think so. If we talk about Sri Lankan team, each and every player have contributed in this qualifier. If we talk about Karunaratne, he have 100, 100 for Nishanka. Kushal Mendes 50 plus runs two, three times. Sadira Samar Vikrama 50. Uh, in previous match, Dhananjay De Silva scored 50. Dashu Shanaka is picking the wickets. So I think each and every player contributed when needed for Sri Lanka. That was a good and positive news for them in upcoming World Cup.
Yes, it absolutely is a very positive news for them in the upcoming World Cup. And come the World Cup, they're going to be a pretty dangerous team. You can't count them out.
Yeah,
They will, especially a World Cup in the subcontinent, and they'll also have the confidence of playing an Asia Cup on home soil before the World Cup. So they'll be high on confidence.
yeah. So another question is that if vice versa will happen, that Zimbabwe bowling first and Sri Lanka batting first, do you think Sri Lanka will lose?
I'm not very sure about that, hypothetically speaking, because even though Zimbabwe was defending a low score, they didn't do a very good job of defending the low score. Um, Anyway, they were able to take only one wicket,
Yeah,
and
in this
they
qualifier, we see 245 runs they have defended. I think one match they have defended 220. I think, I guess.
yeah, and Sri Lanka has been good at defending totals, so there's no guarantee that Zimbabwe would have won had they batted second. Uh,
Actually, if I see the success of Zimbabwe, actually they are dependent upon three batters only. They have seen Williams, Sekender Raza, and Irwin. That's it. Otherwise, they have
Craig
good
Erwin.
bowling. Yeah,
Yeah, mainly bowling is their strong suit, and uh, in their previous match they were run close by Oman. So their bowling attack can be taken for runs. It's not like they cannot be. They're not. It's not like having Glenn McGrath, Dennis Lilly in your bowling attack. They don't have that kind of bowling attack, but they can go for. They're a good attack, but they can still be handled.
Yes, definitely. And if we talk about another match also, finally Sandeep Lamichani came into his original form. 10 overs, 3 maiden, 23 runs, 3 wickets. Originally, which Lamichani we know, he'll come into his form.
Oh, I actually didn't pay too much attention to that match, but yeah, and then 3 for 23 in 10 overs. Now that I'm seeing the scorecard, and yeah, with the bat also, he played a very crucial innings. He got 23 runs and helped Nepal win the match. It was actually looking like a very close match. I saw the score only briefly and saw
And,
100 for 7.
and this is coincidence that he's giving only 23 and making only 23.
Yes, he scored as many as he conceded. I guess you have to do that. I mean, for an all rounder, you have to score more than you concede. That's a golden rule.
Yeah, of course. But overall, I can see that the Lamichani, the disaster was big in his life. He was away from cricket almost more than 1 year. He had gone to jail, but after that, comeback was great. I think Nepal will be in Asia Cup also.
Yes, Nepal is a part of the Asia Cup. Unfortunately, they're not going to be a part of the World Cup, but they will get valuable experience from playing in the Asia Cup, and that too across two venues. Of course, they're only playing one match in Pakistan against Pakistan, and then they'll play against India in Sri Lanka. They probably won't make the Super Four, but they'll get valuable experience from playing both these matches.
Yeah, of course. Uh, okay. So now let's talk about the another thing. Women's team are selected for Bangladesh tour. Again, selectors do the same mistake. Again, we have seen the good batting, Smriti Mandhana, Arvanpreet Kaur, but bowling is still looking weak.
Yeah, wait,
Same
I'm
mistake.
checking the squad a bit. I'm not too as well versed with women's cricket as men's cricket, so
Yeah, I am showing you in the screen. I am showing you. Just wait a minute. I am showing you.
oh, you have WhatsApp on your laptop.
Yeah. Okay. So team is Harmanpreet Kaur, Smriti Mandhana, Deepti Sharma, Shefali Verma, Jamia Rodrigues, Yastika, Harleen Devil, Devika Vaidya, Manjot Kaur, Meghna. Means you see so many batsmen, so many keeper. Bowler is only few. Uh, Anjali, Monica, Rashi, Anusha, and Minnu Mani means all are new. And Pooja Vastrakar, one of the experience.
Yeah, very new look bowling attack in my opinion. I've not heard of many of these names. A lot of these names are pretty new to me. Of course, in the batting lineup, there is quite a lot of experience there that you can say.
Yes, of course. But ODI team is also same. But I don't think they have dropped so many players. I think one fast bowler, Renuka Singh.
Yeah, they dropped Renuka Singh. That is a bit of a surprise. I thought she was one of the mainstays of the Indian women's team. So surprising not to see her in the squad.
Yeah, of course. And I think so. They are considering that Bangladesh is not have that status in women's also. So I think they are just experimenting with this team. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Like I said, for the men's team in the West Indies, same logic for women's team in Bangladesh. Against a weaker opponent, you can afford to experiment a bit.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my viewers are complaining that I am not reading the chat. I am reading each and every chat, but I am showing you that chat that is relevant for me for discussion. Yeah. Okay. But yes, yeah. One thing is saying that. Do you think that this Zimbabwe team is now back to his own identity that he was there in previous few 2 3 years back?
Mm, back to their identity, meaning identity of getting thrashed, or
No, no, no. It was indeed like previous when the cricket was banned at one time. He's just asking. Abhinav is asking that Zimbabwe is looking that type of team now after qualifying.
mm, what type of team? I didn't get the question. Mm,
Means 2 3 years back, the Zimbabwe was
yes,
different. Different. There was Brenton Taylor. There were so many good players. Now
yes.
the team is back after there are so many ban. I think they have 12 13 months ban. Zimbabwe is back in a qualifier with a good form. So do you think that Zimbabwe will regain their experience and cricket will grow again in Zimbabwe? And
Yes,
will
there is definitely a lot of scope for cricket to grow in Zimbabwe, and you can see it if you just watch all of Zimbabwe's matches that they're playing over there. There's so much crowd support for the home team. So cricket is definitely, we say ODI cricket is going to be a dead format soon, but look at the ODI matches that are happening in Zimbabwe, the kind of crowds that are coming there to support the team for their matches. If ODI cricket can thrive in Zimbabwe, why can't it thrive in countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh? Why can't ODI cricket thrive elsewhere? If it can thrive in Zimbabwe, it can thrive elsewhere. And I think Zimbabwe needs to be enhanced in Test cricket a little bit more. They need to get more Test match cricket as well. Right now, we have 12 Test playing nations,
yes,
but our World Test Championship only features 9 teams out of those 12.
yes,
The other three are pretty much irrelevant. You've given You've given Afghanistan test status and Ireland test status. How many test match that was in 2018? How many test matches have they played since then? Probably single digits.
yes.
I can probably count on my fingers how many test matches
Three
they
four.
have. Yeah, probably three or four. That's about it. So if you want to lift up cricket over there, you have to enhance all the formats, not just T20 cricket. You need to
Yes,
enhance ODI cricket there as well as Test cricket. Right now, you have a 9 team World Test Championship. I'm saying among those other 3 teams, Zimbabwe, Ireland, and Afghanistan, you can parallelly have another Test league or whatever. Maybe a format could be, let us say, you play play each other home and away, 2 match test series, each home and away. So you how many test matches will you get? You'll get 8 test matches. They'll get 8 test matches every 2 years, and that'll help test cricket grow in that part of the world. And you can have promotion and relegation, like last place team in the World Test Championship gets relegated to the lower league. The team that finishes on top in the lower league gets promoted to the World Test Championship. You can have something like this. This will help Test cricket grow, and this will also give these 3 teams, Zimbabwe, Ireland, and Afghanistan, at some point, they will get cricket against the bigger teams in a very big way. And it's enough if they play just 2 match Test series. Even that is enough for exposure. Even the teams in the World Test Championship, if you see right now, outside India, Australia, and England, whenever any 2 teams play each other, they're playing only 2 match Test series. And even against Australia and England, they're playing just Test matches in a series. So nothing wrong with the Ireland and Afghanistan playing 2 match Test series.
yeah, of course. Okay, so last question before ending the video. After seeing the Sri Lanka qualifying for World Cup, so do you have any changes in top four? You thinking that Sri Lanka can come?
Mm, I mean, the top four of their batting, you mean?
No, no. Top four of semi-final means semi-finalist. Do you think that might be in place of Pakistan? Sri Lanka can come. Might be.
I think it's going to be very tough because Pakistan on paper is still a stronger looking team than Sri Lanka, in my opinion. So I wouldn't put Sri Lanka ahead of Pakistan. Maybe Sri Lanka can come in fifth place or sixth place, uh, in my opinion. That's probably where they can finish.
Do it can also happen that three Asians will qualify? India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Might be.
Possible, but then we'll have to see what happens because Australia and England are also very good teams among the non-Asian teams. So taking them down won't be very easy. Both of them have performed in big tournaments in the past. Australia was pretty unlucky in some ways, you could say, to not make the semi-final of the T20 World Cup they played at home uh, last year. But then again, they were grouped with New Zealand and England, and one match they lost badly with New Zealand against England. Washout, nothing can be done. Oh, some very interesting messages here at the
Yeah.
bottom from Rohit Shaw. So yeah, the World Test Championship, it can be of
It
12
can be of
teams.
12 teams, but
But then I think there's a big challenge with that. If you were playing the current 2 year cycle right now, you won't be able to play all 12 teams. Plus, you'll be playing an odd number of series. So that means some teams will
but
get more
actually,
home
if we
series
s-
than
if
others.
if we see the present cycle also, each team is not getting proper matches. If we compare India, England, Australia, they are getting more matches compared to another team. Still, I think Sri Lanka have that capability to come back, but they are getting very less matches. I think so. Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they are not getting the matches. They are playing just three matches series. England,
Not
Australia,
even three. Like I said, outside India, Australia, and England, they're all playing just two match series against each other. They're not playing any more than that. In fact, I think the last test series, which was a three-match series which didn't involve India, Australia, or England, was back in 2019, if I'm not wrong, between Pakistan and South Africa.
yeah,
So after that, there's been nothing. It's all been between those long series between India, Australia, and England.
okay,
That's how it has uh, been. And in fact, as far as the World Test Championship points table is concerned, actually playing more matches can be a bigger challenge for making the final because that means you have to be consistent over a much longer period. In every World Test Championship cycle, if you see between India, Australia, and England, there is one home series and one away series. So in each World Test Championship cycle, India either has to play a five-match Test series in England and or a five-match Test series in Australia. So is a lot of pressure. You have to be consistent for a longer period of time in order to be able to make the final. It's easier to be consistent over two matches. When Sri Lanka plays only two-match Test series at home, it's easier to be dominant, especially if your opponents can sometimes be Bangladesh or West Indies. Then it's easier to be dominant at home, and you can get points that way. The other flaw in the World Test Championship currently is that not all teams play each other. I think there's been a conscious effort to make sure that India can avoid playing Pakistan. That is probably why the World Test Championship is formatted that way. But for a championship, you should, especially when you're only going to play once in the round robin stages, we should be able to say we'll play Pakistan in a neutral venue. No, need not be in India, need not be in Pakistan. Play in a neutral venue.
yeah,
You can do that, but I feel you need an odd number of teams in the championship so that you'll play an equal number of home or away series. Because if you play with 12 teams, the problem is how you'll need to have a 4 year cycle, practically speaking, but then again you'll play, and you have to commit to playing both home and away, so you'll have an even number of home and away series. But let's be realistic. 22 test series in 4 years, that's not likely to happen. It's not, with all the T20 leagues going around. There's also one day cricket, there's T20 internationals. You're not, how are you going to play five test series
Yeah,
in 1 year? Many teams won't even play five test matches in 1 year. Forget about five test series.
yeah, of
So
course.
it's a big challenge, as far logistic challenge as far as the calendar is concerned. I don't think you can make it. The World Test Championship consists of 12 teams. You need to have two tiers, and I'm even saying you maybe right now we have 12 test playing nations. Add on six more test playing nations. Let them play a parallel World Test Championship over 2 years, and you can have promotion and relegation. You can have two tiers with the nine teams each, and you can have promotion and relegation. That you can do.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so see, the viewer is making some team of future team. He's adding you as a captain. So Rahul, which role you will be playing as a captain? All rounder or batsman?
Good question. Oh, let me see. I have to
Prithvi
see who
Shaw.
the other players are. Okay, then I can.
Prithvi.
Prithvi Shaw, Anuj, Dinesh Karthik, Shah Rukh Khan, Riyan Parag. Oh, you're also there,
Yeah.
Kunal. Okay, yeah. So maybe you're the vice captain, I'm assuming. Okay, so Abhinav Shukla, Arshdeep Bumrah, Ravi Bishnoi. I'd probably make myself a bowler because this team looks batting heavy. So I'll make
Okay.
myself a bowler to make this balanced out. Let's say I'll be a spin bowler.
Yeah.
Okay, since there are two pace bowlers in this lineup and there's
I think
one
I
spinner.
am an if I am a batsman, then I think where Dinesh Karthik will play because I like to play number 3 or 4. Where Dinesh Karthik will play.
Mm, yeah, or you could also be a bowler. I mean, that'll balance
Yeah,
things out
one
a
thing
little
I
bit.
we can do in our viewer there is Ashutosh. I told you the interview of that cricketer. Ashutosh
Yes.
can play in place of Dinesh Karthik. We will get a fast bowling all rounder. Yeah, that will be better.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess the Indian team really needs him too. They will hopefully need him in the future.
Yeah. Okay, so Abhinav Shukla is with our viewer also. So Abhinav, tell me which bowling you will do, bowling or batting. Then we will decide. Abhinav. Okay, he's saying that. Uh, okay, he's saying that Dinesh Karthik is optional. He will not playing. We'll just insult him. This he will come after commentary. Yes, of course.
And you can make him the commentator, Dinesh
Yeah,
Karthik. Send
yeah,
him to commentary.
yeah. Commentary.
अश्विन नहीं खेलेगा ये असद
Okay, I
11
am an
है.
all rounder. Okay, so now we have so many all rounders. You will play as an all rounder. Uh, he will play also as an all rounder, Abhinav. And we have already spin attack, fast bowling attack. Batting is also good. Anuj Rawat. Team is good. Prithvi Shaw. We have attacking openers. Huh? Anuj
Yeah,
Rawat and Prithvi
hopefully
Shaw.
Prithvi Shaw will fire more often than not. That is,
He is also batting all rounder. Okay, so we have two batting all rounders in our team. You will play as a spinner. I will play as a batsman. So good. Means we can chase the target also. We have batting depth team.
yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that's great. Okay, so the last question from viewer is that after Nidhas Trophy, the Tri Series has not happened. Do you think Tri Series should be there, especially another teams like West Indies, because we see the downfall of some teams. Sri Lanka and West Indies is playing a qualifier. They don't deserve to be in qualifier. Even West Indies out of the World Cup. So do you think Tri Series should be there?
Actually, there are a couple of in the next future tours program. There are a couple of there are quite a few tri series scheduled in the schedule. Like there's Pakistan hosting New Zealand and South Africa. There's Zimbabwe also hosting New Zealand and South Africa. Last year we saw New Zealand host Pakistan and Bangladesh in a tri series just before the T20 World Cup. But yeah, I think there should be more tri series, but more importantly, when it comes to limited overs cricket, there has to be a very structured type of qualifiers. In my
Yeah,
opinion, I think I've said this in many of the video if, of our shows before, but the scrapping of the World Cup Super League for ODI cricket, I think, is a step backwards for cricket. You need to have a World Cup Super League not only in ODI but in T20 cricket also, because you need to add relevance to bilateral series, and in the process of adding relevance to these series, if you want to add tri series also as part of the qualifiers process, you can. So you need to do this and also ensure that not too much series is happening. It should not be an overdose. So if you add a structure to international cricket as bilateral and tri series, then there'll never be a shortage of international cricket, and no fans will be left to decide like, oh, this should happen, that should happen. So
yeah,
that is my point of view.
yeah. Okay. So I think so. Tri series should be there so that country will participate. I think so. Uh, okay. So let's see. Tomorrow we will discuss more about India versus West Indies because I think the qualifier is on last week. Next Sunday there will be final of the qualifiers, so that will be great. And most probably Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe. I don't see Scotland, but yes, Scotland is some promising team. Some good players are there. How they play against West Indies, that was great. I think some teams will definitely love their matches like West Indies versus Netherlands, West Indies versus Scotland, Oman versus Ireland. That was the match that we can see again and again in highlights because they have done well in that matches.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, okay. Can you answer this question?
तो शादी कर लो कब तक लाइव करो. I
One,
didn't, I didn't get it.
okay. He's just telling me just go and go for marriage, and otherwise you will be old doing live in the same way.
Can
Just joking.
you can get married and continue doing live. Who says can't get married?
Yeah, of
Or you can
course.
even get married on live, even better.
On live. Yeah, online. Yeah, okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Rahul, for your
Yes,
time.
absolutely.
And
Thank
yeah, we
you.
will come back again and we'll talk some cricket talks. Okay, so I hope you all guys always entertaining when Rahul here comes. We have so many discussion of the cricket all around, so we will definitely make one other content also, and we will try to bring Ashutosh also in a live so that we can talk so many things because he have good experience of cricket. 15 years is, I think so. This is maximum. Means if you are waiting since 15 years in cricket, it is big. Sachin
Yes,
Tendulkar have 20
absolutely.
years of career, 22 years of career with Sachin Tendulkar. So I think that is great.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, this contest can be happen. Rahul Iyer versus Kunal versus Ashu versus Avinav. Okay, yes, come in live. Then we will play one game definitely. Quiz, like a quiz. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
remember na in Pawan channel we have played a quiz.
Yeah, we played a quiz, the one where I was a duck out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you sing a song? His viewer is demanding.
Oh, hey, oh, song. Oh,
Yeah, two three lines maybe for India.
Chak de, Chak de India.
Yeah, that's a great. That's great. So I think you are happy now, Vinav. Okay. Okay, I will tell you definitely. I think I will post within 2 hours that when I will be live. Okay. Oh, this is very old song. Kola Verity. You heard this song? Where is
Yeah, of
asking?
course. It's
But
the
I
pride
don't
of
remember.
Tamil Nadu.
Yeah,
Why is Kolaveri day? Yeah, correct, correct. He got the lyrics right. Yes.
yeah, but that was very difficult song when there's releasing. There's so many things.
Mhm.
So he's asking where you stay, Rahul. England,
Yes, I am. Well, not in England. I'm currently in Atlanta, USA.
USA. Okay, okay, okay. Abhinav is saying nice voice. Okay.
Oh,
So yes. Okay. So okay, guys. Thank you very much for your
right.
coming and for your questions also. Just come tomorrow, and tomorrow we will discuss for more cricket also.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So thank you very much, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Good
Bye,
night.
bye. Good night.